This October 14th, 2023, I decided to go to Parowan, Utah to observe an annular eclipse because it was located near the predicted edge of the path of the annular eclipse, as shown here, courtesy of NASA. Locations near the center of the path of the annular eclipse would have more than 4 minutes to view the annular phase, but I learned from veteran observers that there was a greater chance of seeing solar eruptions at the limb of the sun if I were at the edge of the eclipse path. Note that this chart states that I would have about 1 minute and 15 seconds during the annular phase of the eclipse, and that the annular phase would begin around 10:27 a.m. Those who would be outside the black area that highlights the annular phase would still be able to see a partial eclipse of the sun. Note the red X that marks the spot I chose to set up my camera around 9:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. In the days prior to the eclipse, I prepared by trying various cameras and filters to see what would work best and stay within a reasonable budget. One idea I tried was making my own filter out of various sheets of aluminized mylar attached to a tin can covering the lens. This is the basic setup I had, and once I found something that worked, I planned to glue it to the end of the tin can that I mounted on my video camera. But none of the various filters I tried worked very well, so I decided to use my cell phone instead and tape my solar viewing glasses over the camera lens as shown here. Here is the photo I got on a clear day near sunset with this arrangement. It looked like this would work really well. However, this is what the morning of the eclipse looked like, a lot of high clouds. I started taking photos at 9:55 a.m. and ended at 11:02 a.m., taking about one photo every minute for a total of 55 photos. However, when I returned home the next day and loaded the photos onto my computer for post-processing, I found all of them difficult, if not impossible, to see any aspect of the eclipse. Here are just 3 of the photos taken at 3 different times. These photos really surprised me because I had also used my solar viewing glasses to watch the eclipse with my own eyes, and the photos were completely different. After loading the photos into the editing software known as GIMP and trying various software filters, I found I was able to recover at least some of the eclipse by filtering out the red and green color components of the photos, leaving only blue. Here are those same 3 photos shown earlier, but this time in blue light only. Since this doesn't give a very realistic view of the eclipse, I decided to see if I could use a plot of the pixel brightness as a way of finding the mid-eclipse and compare that to the predictions made by NASA. Here is a plot of the mean pixel brightness and the median pixel brightness, where 0 means black and 1 means white. The time scale is measured in seconds from 9:55 a.m. Note that the mid-eclipse occurs at 2000 seconds, which is 10, 28, and 20 seconds, a very close fit to the NASA prediction. But also note that there are a number of outliers on the plot where the pixel brightness suddenly jumps. This is most likely due to the high clouds passing over the sun. I think clouds played a part in the poor photos I got, but clouds don't always ruin the day. Here is a photo I received from someone in Seattle for this eclipse, showing how the clouds acted like a filter, making it possible to photograph the partial eclipse without using a camera filter. This has all been a good rehearsal for the upcoming total eclipse of 2024, and hopefully I'll do better next time.